This is how to install CJ Threads. So the first thing we're going to do on any Windows computer is we're going to hit the Start key. You can type in the word Store and open up the Microsoft Store. And we're going to search for CodeJumper. Now, this is if you don't have CodeJumper installed already. If you do, just hang out with us. But we're going to go and search CodeJumper and then find Get and download it from the Microsoft Store. And there's a splash screen that shows downloading, and it takes it a few minutes, but this installs the basic CodeJumper app. Once we have it installed, we can click open, or hit open, and once we do, we notice that CodeJumper pops open. That's great. We're just going to close it out, and then we're going to head on over to the website. Open up a web browser and go to codejumper.com/cjthreads.php and hit enter. And on the screen, there's a list of instructions, one about installing CodeJumper, and the next is about installing the coding module. And that's the one that we're going to work on, is installing the coding module runner. There's a link that says coding module runner, and we click on that, and our download begins. And basically, we're going to find that in our downloads folder once it's finished and open it up and follow some instructions. All right. Now, some computers may signal a message, but just say allow, because you do trust us, I hope. And that will run through the verification process and download it onto your computer. So if you find it in your downloads folder, click it and it will say run. And all right, trust this person, run. And essentially you've got a wizard and you just click next through it. If you want to install it for everyone on the system, there is a radial selection that you can hit, and it installs this on all profiles, but essentially you can just hit next through the wizard and it goes through the installation process. In the middle of this process, it's going to open up a Python installer, and this is for Python version 3.12.0. And if you have Python, this particular version installed, this particular version, you can hit cancel. But if you do not, just go ahead and click next, and the setup process is going to continue to install actual Python on the system. So we've got CodeJumper, we've got the way to connect CodeJumper to Python, and now we're putting on Python. And so when this process ends, there's going to be a couple of command prompts and scripts that run that you won't see on this screen, but they will run and essentially install two icons on your desktop. So on the desktop, you will see two icons that say CodeJumper and CJ Threads. Now, I chose to move them next to each other just so I knew which is which. But if you click on the CJ Threads icon and open that one up, it's going to run a script that effectively opens Python, and it has Python running with threads. So that's the one we always need to use. And just to test this, I can go to line 17 and use the playpod function and hit run.
Row.
And we would hear row, for instance, here. And again, I just went to about line 18. I hit the play pod and then hit run.
Row.
So again, this is how to install CJ Threads from your friends at the American Printing House for the Blind.